All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waharakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here toiling in this truth. I'm Pathaka Moth Jim S. Dallas, and I'm just coming back at you with a really quick hit lesson. I think I'm going to entitle this, A New Heaven and New Earth is Promised to the Israelites, which is prophecy. You know what I'm saying? So these things have to come to pass, because when you read in Isaiah 55, so like my phone is crazy, does what it wants. So Isaiah 55 and verse 11, it reads, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it. So these things have been spoken by the Lord, and they have to happen. They have to come to pass. You know what I'm saying? So a new heaven and a new earth is prophesied to Israel. So these things have to happen, man. They have to come to pass, which is prophecy, man. The things that's spoken that are written in this Bible are prophecy. And Christians don't deal with prophecy, man. You know, they deal with emotions, you know. So without any further ado, let's get into a few things. This is Revelations 19 and verse 10. And it reads, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So the testimony of whom they ignorantly refer to as Jesus Christ is the spirit of prophecy. He's all about prophecy, yet they don't deal with prophecy. You know what I'm saying? They're not about prophecy. They're about emotions. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be dealing with prophecy. As a matter of fact, when you read in the Apocrypha, in Sirach, Ecclesiasticus Sirach, chapter 39, and verse 1, it reads, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, which is the elect, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. You know, because Romans, the 15th chapter, reads that you know, the things written aforetime is written for our learning, man. You know, and it says, and be occupied in prophecies. So it's about the prophecies. You have to be occupied in the prophecies, because that's what everything is about. That's why, as it said in Revelations 19 and 10, Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. So it's all about the prophecies. As a matter of fact, when you read in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, what did the Lord say? It's 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So it's all about prophecy, man. You know. So if you're not dealing with prophecy, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. And it's prophesied a new heaven and a new earth is promised to Israel, man. So without any further ado, let's get into this. You know, let's get the prophecy written and spoken of in Isaiah, in the book of Isaiah, as soon as my phone comes up. This is Isaiah chapter 65, and we're going to drop down to verse 17. And it reads, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. So off the top, it says, and this is Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah. So this is a prophecy, man, which we just read, Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy. You must be occupied in prophecy and speak into the ears of my people the words of prophecy. So here's a prophecy right here that we're speaking, that we're occupied in, that Yahweh Shai is all about. And we're in that same state and spirit. So it says, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth. And when you go into the word new, it's refreshed. It's not talking about an actual new heaven. As a matter of fact, let's go to Ecclesiastes to prove that. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 4, the Lord is not going to destroy the earth. Ecclesiastes 1 and 4, one generation passeth away and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So now that we know that the earth abideth forever, it gives you better understanding when you know, of what these things are talking about. You know, Isaiah 65 and 17, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth. The earth abideth forever. So it's not talking about the destruction of the earth. It's talking about new rulership, new management of the earth, man, because a new heaven, that new rulership and management, and a new earth, because the scriptures say that the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, man. So, of course, the Lord is going to have to refresh the earth just like he did during the time of Noah with the water, He's going to do it again by fire, man. He didn't destroy the earth then. He's not going to destroy it now, man. But that fire is going to hit within the earth. He destroys within the earth. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to hit with that fire, that thermonuclear destruction within the earth, man, when he visits. And he's already in the time of his visitation, man. So these things are coming. So he's not going to destroy the earth. He's going to destroy within the earth. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to refresh everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Water and fire are cleansing agents. He cleansed it by water the first time. He's going to cleanse it by fire this time, man, because you have chemtrails and poison in your air, poison in your water, GMO foods and poison in the land. Everything has to be refreshed, man. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have to burn all of those poisons out the air, out of the water, and out of the land, man. These lands are going to have to be cleansed by fire, man. You know what I'm saying? So it says, for behold, I create new heavens, a refreshed heaven, rulership, management of the earth, and a new or refreshed earth. You know what I'm saying? Because the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. And because the earth, pursuant to Job 9:24, has been given into the hand of the wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? Which we know the wicked is. It tells you he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Who did that? The Africans didn't do it. The Arabs didn't do it. The Chinese and Japanese didn't do it. We damn sure didn't do it. The East Indians didn't do it. That's why you see a picture of a so-called white man, you know what I'm saying? And they call him Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Because that's who covered the faces, man. During the time of the Renaissance, period, or the rebirth. The rebirth of what? The rebirth of the Edomite rulership, white supremacy, the Edomite rule. And during that time, they went into the Bible and painted their likeness, their images. As a matter of fact, let's get that in the Maccabees. Let's get that real quick. Let's prove that. The second Maccabees, chapter 3, Salakia, first Maccabees. I always get that mixed up, Salakia. First Maccabees, chapter 3, and verse 48. And it reads, and laid open the book of the law, which is the Bible, wherein the heathen, Esau, the Edomites, had sought to paint the likeness of their images, and they did that. And if you Google anything in the Bible, you Google God himself, you're going to see a white man, with a beard, bald head, and a side of a bubble, with a white beard inside of a bubble with some images of what I perceive to be spirits. But they seem like they're trying to escape out of the bubble, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, doing that whole Renaissance art, with the 16th chapel or whatever that crap is called. And that image or depiction of what's supposed to be the Most High, butt naked, and his reaching his finger down to touch Adam's finger, butt naked. You know what I'm saying? That's wicked, man. Wickedness, man. And or if you type in any of the apostles / disciples / apostles, the prophets, Moses, Mary, you know what I'm saying? Joseph, anybody, you're going to get so-called white people. You know what I'm saying? So they laid open the book, and there's actual depictions or images of this happening during the, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, when they were making those altercations to those dark images, man. You know what I'm saying? When they came back into power during the latter 1300s going into the 1400s, man. During the time of them Borgias and back then, you know what I'm saying? When Esau was coming back into rule and the power and taking over again, you know what I'm saying? And they were changing those images, man, from dark images to those so-called white images, man. And as a matter of fact, there's something called Russian icons, which you can pull up and you can still see because those dark images are still in the earth, man. There's statues and all kind of things showing that Israel, so the so-called blacks were in authority and power, man, at one point, man. As a matter of fact, which I accidentally went to it a second ago. Let me get it real quick. In Italy, there's a fresco of King David. I knew it wasn't going to be there this time, but this fresco right here is of King David, which looks very similar the likeness to King Mashai is man, it's mind blowing. Which there is an image next to it of King Mashai, but the image got cropped off. I don't know how that happened, but of course, if you have an image of King Mashai, put that image next to this image right here, and you'll see it clear as day, man. Because there's a lot of people want to try to say that King Mashai was not King David, which I'm like, well, why would this painting, this fresco that's in Italy, be such a resemblance to King Mashai, man? We believe King Mashai to be King David, and this fresco is of a dark man. This is a fresco in Italy of King David, so-called black man. You can clearly see it. You know what I'm saying? It's now, hey, they changed the likeness of, they painted the likeness of their images, man, and they changed these things to look like themselves, man. So these things happen, man. So let's go back now. We're going to read it again in Isaiah 65, because these things happen, man. This is Isaiah 65:17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind, man. You know what I'm saying? So that new refreshed heaven and refreshed earth, which is that new rulership under the rule of the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negroid descent. The earth is going to be taken out of the hand of these devils and put into their hands, beginning and starting with our big brother Yahushua. That's what he's going to do when he returns. He's going to take down these current rulerships, and set up his kingdom, which is going to be in joint heir with his people, beginning and starting with the elect, the Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. This is the former right here that we're in right now. It's not going to be remembered, and it's not going to come into mind. As a matter of fact, when you read in what is that, Psalms, it's going to be like a dream, man. Psalms 126 and verse 1. And it reads, a song of degrees. When Yahweh Bashem Yahushai turned again, he took it away, the captivity of Zion, which are the Israelites. We were like them that dream. Yeah, that captivity is going to seem like a dream. It's going to seem like it never happened, man. You know what I'm saying? So that lines up perfectly with what we're reading here in Isaiah, the 65th chapter. It's not going to be remembered anymore. This former rulership. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. That also reminds me of Job when it says that Esau is going to fly away like a dream or vision in the night, man. And then people are going to ask, where is he? This dude existed for real? There were Edomites? Yeah, it's not going to be remembered, man. Verse 18, it says, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem, which is a people before a place, a rejoicing, and her people a joy. So Jerusalem, the land, is going to be happy because right now the land is defiled. You know what I'm saying? Kosher pork, kosher cigarettes, the biggest gay parade on the planet over there in the land. The land is not yielding her fruit, man. It's all desolate over there, man. They have to import grass in over there. You know what I'm saying? They have to import things over there to try to make it look like, the Lord is blessing that land, but he's not. Like it's livable over there. It's really not. It's really a desolate land over there, man. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord said he's going to, as a matter of fact, I'll read it again, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. Because he's going to create a new heaven and new earth, man. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy, man. So we're going to be happy, a rejoicing. You know what I'm saying? Verse 19, and I will rejoice in Jerusalem, Israel, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying, because he's going to take all that away from his people, man. The oppression under these devils, the death, the sorrow, all of those things that we've been going through for the last so many hundreds of years, past 500 plus years, is going to be taken away, man. And that's going to bring that rejoicing, man, because we're going to be made sovereign. We're going to be put in authority and in rule over the earth and these people, man, beginning starting with these heathen, these Edomites, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but these things are all blessings, Salakia, prophecies that are written in the Bible, and us being in that rulership reminds me, as a matter of fact, let me go to, before I go to this next scripture, it reminds me of Sirach, the 10th chapter. So let me grab that real quick. This Sirach chapter 10, and I'm going to read verse 4, and then I drop down to 8. Ecclesiastes 10 and 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And that's beginning to start with our big brother Yahushai. That's that one that's profitable. But in joint heir, it's going to be the Israelites starting with the elect of the nation of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm going to jump down to verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, because this nigga is the devil, Revelations 12 and 9, he's that old serpent, the devil and Satan that deceiveth the whole world, man. And that world is Orchamene in Revelations, the 12th chapter. You know what I'm saying? So that's that deceit. He's very deceiving. He's cunning. He's crafty. You know what I'm saying? And he's dealt only unrighteously, through his decrees, in all manner of ways, injuries, because he did that, He's injured all nations, but primarily the Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negro descent, man. He's been putting a major hurting on you, man. Putting you to death all kind of ways. However he feels like, hands up, hands down, hands behind your back, handcuffed, in front of you, running away, walking towards him, laying on the ground, hands up in the back seat of a car, in any kind of way, man. He's putting Jake to death, man, to this very day, hanging in lynchings, so-called accidental shootings or stabbings, however this devil feels like, man. You know what I'm saying? So because of these things, it says the kingdom is translated from one people to another, man. That's that new heaven and new earth coming into fruition, man. And there's no stopping it. You can't do anything about it. It's coming, man. There's nothing you can do about it, So let's get the next one. The next prophecy of the new heaven and new earth in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, because these prophecies are coming to pass, man. And there's no stopping them. You can't do anything about it. The 2 Peter chapter 3. Boy, look at that. It went to Isaiah 65. But my phone is be bugging out, man. Salakia, man. 2 Peter chapter 3. And we're going to drop down to verse 13. And it reads, nevertheless, we according to his promise, because these things were promised to the nation of Israel, look for new heavens and a new earth. That same thing we just read in Isaiah, the 65th chapter, is reiterated here in 2 Peter, man. So, hey, again, for you Christians, man, there's nothing new going on in the New Testament, man. They were going by the Old Testament. They are the New Testament. There's no new thing happening here, man. It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. And we look for that. That's why the scripture saying Hebrews, the 13th chapter, we look for that which is to come, man, which is the kingdom of heaven, because righteousness is going to dwell there, bringing to pass Matthew, the 6th chapter, the Lord's Prayer, where it says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven, man, because there's perfect righteousness and order in the heavens, man, with Yahweh, man. You know what I'm saying? And that order and righteousness is coming into the earth, man, via Yahushai, our big brother Yahushai, when he returns, man. He's going to bring that order and he's going to bring that righteousness, what's going to bring to pass the latter part. As a matter of fact, let's get it real quick. The latter part of Psalms, the 2nd chapter, his inheritance, man. This is Psalms chapter 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. So these people, these nations, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. The earth is going to be in the hands of, just like we read in Sirach 10 and 4, into one that's profitable, And then that's going to bring to pass this right here. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel, man. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's going to bring that righteousness into the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to Peter. Let's go back to 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, and verse 13 one more time. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. That's how that righteousness is going to be forced in the earth, man, because it's going to be forced in the earth. There's not going to be a choice right now. These people they can do whatever they want right now, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to marry a tree, you can. If you want to worship a rock as your God, you can. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want here. Do what thou wilt. That's satanic left hand, man. All that's going to be taken out of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the left hand, this is their reign, their rulership, but it has a period of time, and we're at the end of that time period, man. You know, the end of the world. You know, that Ion, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're at the end of it now. So that, hey, it's all good, man. But let me get one more. In Revelation, the 21st chapter, and we're going to start at the top at verse 1, and we're going to read down a few verses. It says, "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away." And that's this right here, the first heaven and earth, this first rulership. You know what I'm saying? Under these Edomites, these devils, man, it's going to pass away. You know what I'm saying? And that refreshed new heaven and new earth are coming, man. It says, "And there was no more sea." You know, the Lord is going to take all these people out the earth, man. You know, everything is going to be refreshed. It says, "And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem," which we just proved that Jerusalem is a people before a place, man. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, if I didn't prove it, let's prove it real quick. Let's go. Let's get that in. What is that in? Trying to remember where it's at. Salakia. I believe 2nd Maccabees, if I'm not mistaken. 2nd Maccabees, chapter 5 and verse 19. And it reads, "Nevertheless, the Most High did not choose the people, the Israelites, for the place's sake, Israel, Jerusalem, but the place, Israel/Jerusalem, for the people's sake, the Israelites." So it's about the Israelites, man, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? So it's a people first, man, before it's a place, before a place. So going back to Revelations 21. It says, Revelation 21:2, "And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem." That's talking about the people, the Israelites, coming down from the Most High out of heaven. You ain't gonna finna see no actual city of buildings and highways and cars coming down out the sky, man. No, it's gonna be the people, man. When you read in Revelation, the 11th chapter, you know, Revelation, the 18th chapter, 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, you know, there's gonna be a beam up, man. You know what I'm saying? 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, all these going to that beam up. You know what I'm saying? Where the elect of the nation of Israel are going to get beamed up into the chariots, man. They're not going to stay up there forever. You know, they're going to be up there for a period of time. Then they're going to be beamed back down to the earth, man, after the ceremony in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, and everything, you know, the drinking wine anew with Yahushai and everything that's going to happen, you know, in the chariots with Yahushai. They're going to get beamed back down, man. You know, life is, as these people know, is going to be very different. It's going to be similar to that in the movie. What's that movie with Denzel Washington, man? The Book of Eli, man. You know, when everything was desolate, and you know, it's going to be like that. Life is going to still be going on down here. You know, no laws, no lawlessness down here. People just doing kind of whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Until that rulership. That new rulership is being back down to the earth to start setting that rulership and righteousness throughout the earth, in the earth, man. You know, so it says, "I, John, saw the holy city, Israel, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, out of the chariots, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband," because they're going to come back down in that glorified estate, man. You know, perfect laws, statutes, commandments in their inward parts, glorified bodies, spiritual powers, you know, ready to go through the earth and reap havoc on these remaining people, you know what I'm saying, and take them into slavery, man, you know, and start putting this earth back into its perfection, its righteous perfect order, you know. It says in verse 3, "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power," man. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is going to be back with his people, man. Beginning and starting with the elect, you know, "And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away." Those are all the things that the Israelites are receiving right now under the rulership of these devils, the oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? All those things are going to pass away, man. This is the former thing right here. This is what it's talking about. This current rulership under these devils. Verse 5, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new, and he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. They're going to happen. They're coming to pass, man. So, Vocab Malone and these Christians and unlearned and all these people that don't get it. Hey, man, y'all need to sit down and shut up, man, and pay attention and listen to the prophets, man, because we're breaking down these scriptures and letting you know what's coming, man. Esau ain't going into the kingdom. Yeah, he going, but he's going to be in chains, man. These other nations as well. But Esau is going to get it the worst, man. Esau is going to get his cap peeled in the kingdom, man. Brothers are meditating terror just like the scriptures say to do, man. And we can't wait to get our hands on these devils, man. They got a lot to pay for, and they're going to pay, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's no getting them out of that. No matter how much you try, you're just going to die with this devil, and you're going to come back in the kingdom, through the elect in 1/3, as it's spoken of in Romans, the 11th chapter and verse 26, and all Israel shall be saved. You're going to come back as little babies in the kingdom through those men that you mocked and scoffed and talked crap about, and you're going to be in your righteous, in your rightful, in your right estate, your right mind, man. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to understand, man. But you're going to have to go through that death by pain first, man. You know what I'm saying? So all you want to save Esau, it's all good. Do your thing, man. You're going to get that death by pain spoken of in 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter and verse 12, man. You know what I'm saying? Because these things are true and faithful and true, like the scriptures say. And these things are going to come to pass, man. And Esau is in his rulership. The Israelites' rulership is coming, man. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let me just end it off. Let me end it off with 2 Ezra 6 and 9, man. Let me end it off in 2 Ezra 6 and 9. This 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. And it reads, for Esau is the end of the world, and we're at the end of the world now, and Jacob, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, is the beginning of it that followeth. That's why it says in Hebrews, the 11th chapter and verse 20, and Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. Those blessings, man, written in Genesis, the 27th chapter, man. There was 2 blessings. We're in the first, which is Esau's right now, and the second is coming, man. So, hey, that trading places is coming, man. We just read it in Sirach, the 10th chapter, man. There's nothing you can do about that, man. There's nothing you can do with it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Vocab, little Christian that comes up to the camp, you know what I'm saying? Mr. I don't know. All of them, man, And the Lord is going to put you jakes to death, man, for rebelling, But hey, I don't want to go on a rant. That's enough, So with that, hopefully this was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayath, Shalom.